Hello everybody, welcome. I'm ClairV and here is our weekend Lenormand reading. Those of you who are returning know that we read Lenormand cards in combinations. So the overall theme of this reading is the stork. Now the stork brings changes, migration, reoccurring situations. They also bring babies, I say. Now, when dealing with the clouds, it's like this is doubts and confusion. Now, we're going to figure out what this suffering is. This reminds me of the Four Noble Truths of Buddhism, which they say that there's suffering, there's a cause of suffering, there's an end to suffering, and there's a path to the end of suffering. And we will figure out why we're suffering, the cause of it, the end of it, and the path to the end of suffering. And this all happens with the change. See this stork here? I see butterfly wings. So this reminds me of like a butterfly going through a cocoon, like it's cocoon stage, and it's just learning, it's just spreading its wings. Now, when that happens, there's pulling and stretching, and it's painful. It could bring issues. But in the end, it creates this whole newness, this whole new situation. So this is not only moving physical, like a physical move, but this could be changing our inside. When we talk about suffering, they say, oh, Buddhism is so pessimistic. They're saying life is suffering. That's not the case. They say that suffering, the dukkha, comes from desires or the craving. Now, when we have these cravings or desires for physical wealth or physical, through our physical senses, something that makes us feel good, or situation like we're longing for something to never end. So impermanence would be the second one. And the third one is the rebirth. And this is what we're going through, like a rebirth process. And we're going to figure out why and how we're going to overcome these obstacles. Now, the mountains are problems or obstacles or some kind of issue. It could be a long-standing situation, but this is almost like a hill you have to climb. But see, there's a path to changing this issue. And this also states that when there is a change, it's like these problems are not always bad. They're good because after you climb to the mountain, it's like, oh, you did it. You got a sense of victory and pride. And this gives you confidence. Now, with this newness, the writer brings newness. New situations or new issues, new problems. This could bring a new baby. This could bring news. This could bring many, many choices. So we're having a new moon this week. A new moon's coming up. I did a reading about the new moon in Sagittarius, and I did a reading for the collective and for each sign. So to find out more about how this is going to affect your sign in particular or your signs, you can take a look at that reading. I will tag it up in the corner on the right. So the new moon could also, this is energy behind this new moon, which the new moon is in Sagittarius, which is a fire sign, which does bring energy. Now, also, the Sagittarius' ruler Jupiter is going to be in Taurus. So this brings us like determination and will. Speaking of will, this is free will. So this is the free will that we have. Like, it's our decision to come up with these choices. Now, when we discover a way through these mountains, it's like this covers the problem, or there's a way out. These problems aren't going to last long neither. The clover usually comes up in a weekend reading because it's like 2 days, 2 hours, 2 weeks, something very short-lived. This could be a new relationship, and it could be a short-lived relationship, or this could be a choice that you have to make on a whim, like a quick choice. Or you may have many choices, and that's what the clouds are for. Like, they create this doubt and possible insecurity because you have so many choices. Or there could be no good choices, and that's what's creating a confusion. Clouds also create confusion. Clouds also cover the sun, so they say it covers the truth. But whatever doesn't come out during the day, it will come out at night. And that could bring a problem as well. Now, these problems could have to do with the emotional aspect. The moon has to deal with everything on a subconscious level, or through a feeling or an emotion or a desire. So we could be desiring to overcome these mountains, or desiring for a quick solution to this problem. And we have luck when it comes to these choices. It's like sometimes we feel that if we have a choice between here and here, and we pick this one, there becomes like an insecurity, because it's like, oh, what if I pick the wrong one? Or if I pick this one, then this one's excluded completely. So that could bring some kind of confusion or a problem. Let's see, we'll find out the solution. So with the stork and this here, we're definitely moving in a different direction. And this tells me that direction we're moving has to deal with a new emotion, or a new desire, or some kind of new subconscious, in a subconscious way, that it's a new way that you're not even aware of yet. It could be an issue that you're not even aware of yet, or it can be a new beginning that you're unaware of. But this uncertainty or confusion could have to deal with our speech and our actions, especially when we have the rider here, which I see Gemini and Mercury. This has to deal with communication. So this could be like confusion through communication, or issues around communication, about communicating which way we're going. Or we might have to make a quick decision on which way to go real quick. So there's wisdom at the top, which comes from a subconscious level. And how we get there is through meditation. Now, the brightest minds of all time use meditation to figure out their main ideas, or to come up with different solutions. They meditate. And to meditate is concentration. And it's just going within. And when we're silent, the clouds also cover the light, cover the moon. So it's like we almost have to like shut out the lights. Or cover, like deal with this issue through an intuition, and make a choice using our intuition instead of our logic. It's like our logic will deceive us at this time. So we have to make quick decisions on removing these clouds. The clouds could also cover the problems. So this confusion could be the problem. This doubt or insecurity could be the problem. But through meditation, this is the path to the end of this suffering. This is liberating. This is a liberation from suffering. A liberation. This is a freedom from suffering. So there is a way out. When there is an issue, there's always a solution. Or when there's a negative situation, there's always something positive in it. Even if it's the most horrible situation, and you might not even see it now. You might not even be aware of it now. But it's like you have to search within. Use your energy when it comes to making decisions about where to go. And it's like you'll discover that. And it's like rediscovering yourself. It's like a new you. It's like you're changing your emotions, you're feeling your desires. Where do you want to go? Where do you desire to go? How are your emotions changing? Or what choice do you have to take with your emotion? And this is, luck and quickness. So it's like these clouds are covering the moon. So maybe our emotions are covered. Maybe we cover our emotion through humor. When dealing with these issues, we also use humor. The clover could signify like lightheartedness, and to do this with like love or humor. And we could be covering our emotions with humor. Maybe when we're sad or confused, we use humor. And if we don't, maybe it's a good idea to use humor to get through this. It's like you have to be optimistic. I mean, you don't have to be, but you should be, because it'll make the travel more fun, more exciting. And this is exciting. This puts like a lot of opportunity, especially when it comes to these choices. But that could be where the confusion lies. And there could be a confusion about these problems. There could be confusion about the problems of a new relationship. And this relationship could be not lasting long. It's like quickness. It moves quick. And that's good next to the mountain, because it's like these clouds are moving quick away from the moon. So like I said, the truth's coming out. And it could be like being protected, like this. I see the snail's home. So, and the moon is like Cancer home energy, even though this is in the 5th house, which is like play and like our creativity. So maybe we have to be creative when it comes to these emotions, like use our creativity or desires and crave it, but the desire should be desires from the subconscious level, not on a physical sense. When we're talking about happiness and suffering, that's one of the reasons why these sufferings occur, because of these desires and because of these cravings. So when we learn to have wisdom in controlling these issues, then the suffering becomes less and the happiness becomes less external, and you look within for this solution to the issue. And like I said, meditation is very good for that. Through this meditation, like meditation is the medication for this problem. It's the solution to all your problems. And if you're a beginner, I have beginners meditations. I'm just starting that, so it's a work in progress, like this mountain, but I will tag them as medications in the top right hand corner for you to take a look at them if you like. And no, it is a work in progress. So, but yes, if you're having confusions about where to go, meditation is the key to removing these doubts about the problems or about the emotional aspect of this new you. And I just uploaded our holiday pick a card reading, and this had a lot to do with that. So I will also tag that in the top right hand corner as well. So if you want to go deeper within, you can find out more information about that through there. So yeah, there we have it. The Stork, Rider, Cloud, Crossroads, Moon, and Mountain. We have 1, 6, 22, 32, 21, and 2. So yeah, take a look at this through a Buddhist approach, and that will help us to deal with these emotional issues through a loving way, to clear these clouds so we know which way to go. It's like we're going in the right direction as soon as these clouds move. If we use our intuition and meditate, we will figure out the answer. or this will help you make a decision that you are trying to make. Or perhaps there's something you're confused about. This will help you clear that confusion. Alright, there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for everything. If you resonate with this, hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you all so very much. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And we use this new moon to create a new you and new pathways to the end of suffering. Because it is possible. Love you guys. Thank you.